Hi guys, my name is Christine. I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today we're talking about 4 ways women are flirting with you. So you don't want to miss any of these signs, because all of these signs can indicate that a woman is in fact flirting with you and is interested in you on some level. They could be really interested in you or just somewhat interested in you, but either way, it's a good idea that you know all of these 4 things so you can be aware of them, and so you can then take the next step in perhaps asking her out and meeting up for a date. Okay, so the first one that I want to get into is if a woman is putting themselves in your orbit in some way. So let's say you go to work with a woman and you suspect maybe she's into you. One of the ways that you can tell if she is into you without directly asking her is if she likes to be around you, okay? And she's trying to be in your orbit in some way. So let's say, for example, she usually works at the other end of the office, and all of a sudden, very recently, she has started to come and hang out around your desk talking to you, or perhaps she just comes closer to you in some way, like perhaps she goes and talks to her friend who's right next to you, and perhaps you can even see that they're talking about you, or perhaps they keep on looking over at you or something. So she's going to put herself in your orbit, and perhaps maybe as well, let's say there's like a cafe or restaurant where you work, a lunching area, and let's say she used to be somewhere else. Let's say she used to be right on the other end of the cafeteria or the restaurant or the cafe, and now she's coming closer to you. Maybe she's just on the table next to you, and perhaps you can tell by the way her body is facing that she's facing towards you because she wants to look over at you and to take glances at you. So is she putting herself in your orbit in some way? Okay, so you may not know this woman in a work environment, perhaps it's a school environment. Well, the same rule applies. Maybe she tries and sits next to you in class, or she tries to sit as close to you as possible, okay? And this is recent behavior, and she didn't used to do these things, okay? Then it's likely that it could be that she's interested in you and she wants to get closer to you and start a conversation with you, start a connection with you, because she wants to get in a relationship with you, or she wants to start dating you, she wants to get to know you better. So if she's trying to close the gap and she's trying to basically move closer and closer to you as the days progress, that's a huge sign that a woman likes you, and it's a subtle way that she's flirting with you, especially if she comes up to you and actually talks to you as well. You know, she's not just doing these sort of other sneaky things like physically just getting closer to you. Okay, if a woman likes you, she will want to become closer to you in some shape or form. Okay, so that leads me into my next point. Okay, so the second way to tell that a woman is flirting with you, okay, and that is through her body language and, again, physical proximity. So if a woman likes you, okay, and let's say you're talking to each other, what you'll find is a woman that likes you will face her body towards you. And also it's a good idea as well to take a look at her feet as well. If her feet are pointed towards you, that's a very good sign as well that she's interested in you, because it may be that she's talking to someone else, but if her feet are still pointed in your direction, then that's a sign that she is focusing her attention and interest on you, okay? But when you're talking to her, is she facing her body towards you? Okay, or is she in the escape position as if she's like trying to avoid you? Okay, because sometimes if a woman's not interested in you, what she'll do is she'll look away and she'll just sort of like try to move away because she wants to escape. But a woman that likes you as in and is fully engaged in the conversation with you will face her body towards you, and she'll get closer to you, like she'll physically come up to your face more or to your body and put her body closer to your body, okay, so she can fill in that gap. Now, what I would say to you is this, with all of these signs basically, and that is you got to know her personality a little bit. You got to know her personality somewhat, or you've at least got to observe her very, very carefully, because it could be that she just does this with everybody and it's just part of her personality. So one of the things that you've got to look out for is exclusivity. Is she doing these things just for you? Is she doing these things just to you? Okay, because if she's doing it to everybody that she talks to and all of her friends at work or at school, whatever the situation you know her in, then that's probably just part of her personality. But if she's doing these things exclusively for you, then that's a huge, huge, huge sign that you're special and that she's got her heart set on you. Okay, so anyway, looking for body language, very, very important. Also as well, just other like quick little body language tips, like if she plays with her hair, or she's like, maybe like playing with a bottle or a pencil or something, just sort of fiddling, or maybe she's just trying to prune herself, trying to make her look a bit more tidy, a bit more neat. She's playing with her hair, that kind of thing. She's because she's self-conscious, right? And because she's being very self-conscious, it probably means that she's very concerned about how she appears in front of you. Okay, but again, you've got to look at the behavior. Does she do this with everybody and it's just like maybe like a nervous twitch? Or is she doing this exclusively for you and it's just complete change in behavior for you? So you need to do a bit of observation before jumping the gun and thinking that this woman likes you. Okay, so the third sign, okay, and this is a huge one, is that she messages you or she contacts you first. You're not the one that's always initiating the conversation. Perhaps even she's bold enough to like add you on, Facebook or Instagram or something, and you didn't even ask for her information. She just looks you up, right, and adds you. Okay, that's a huge sign that she likes you. And of course as well, if she messages you and she initiates the conversation and you're not the one that's always initiating, that's another huge sign that she likes you and she's interested in you. Now of course, another thing that you may need to take this one with a little bit of grain of salt, just because she might just want to be friends with you. So women who want to be friends with you will also do this. They'll initiate the conversation and things like that. But if she's doing all of these other signs too, or at least one or two of these other signs, then it's probably very likely that she's interested in you and she's flirting with you in some way. So these are very subtle ways, okay, but these are very strong clues that a woman is interested in you and she's flirting with you. If she's messaging you, if she's contacting you and she's doing it first, she's not just replying to your message, she is initiating the conversation, she's sending the first message, okay? Or she's restarting a conversation, because it could be that maybe you reached out to her first and then maybe a few days later after that conversation had ended, she reignited the conversation by saying, hey, how are you, what's up, what's going on, how's that, maybe she sends you a reel or a meme or something. So she's messaging you first. You're not the one that's always restarting the conversation or starting the conversation. She is participating in the conversation, she's initiating too. Okay, so the last way that women are flirting with you that you don't want to miss as well is physical contact. So if a woman is, let's say you're at work and you're having a conversation with her and she touches your arm or she touches your leg, right, or maybe she comes in for a hug, that's a huge sign that a woman is interested in you. Because usually unless she sees you as a friend, which is also likely as well, but remember, you've got to take into context again, if she's exclusively doing this kind of stuff to you, and if she's doing some of the other signs as well that I've already described. So if she's physically touching you, okay, touching your arm, touching your leg, going in for a hug, is a sign that yes, she is flirting with you and she's interested in you, okay? Especially if she's doing this in conjunction with the other signs that I've described, okay? So watch out for physical contact, because a woman that doesn't like you will not touch you, okay? Again, unless it's part of her personality, which is why it's important that I keep on going back to exclusivity. If she's only touching you and pushing you or poking you and flirting with you in that physical way, okay, she's not doing it to everybody else and the other guys at the office or wherever you know her, then that's a sign that she's definitely into you and she's showing more attention to you than she is the other guys. Now, again, like I said, it could be that she's just being friendly and she's just she just wants to be your friend. But if you take into context the other signs too, and she's doing those as well, then she is flirting with you, okay? Now, you may watch this video and think, okay, well, I'm still unsure if she likes me, if she's flirting with me. What do I do? Okay, so if I were you, then instead of prolonging this thing and getting your heart raked over the coals, basically, and because if you do this and you keep on waiting and you keep on testing the waters, basically what's happening is you're building and building your emotions and your fantasy about her stronger and stronger and stronger, and your emotional investment in here is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So the best thing to do is to bite the bullet and to show your interest, because then at least then you know 100% if she likes you. Okay, because if maybe she's doing all of these signs and you're still unsure, the best way to really know if a woman likes you is to ask her out on a date. Okay, so you go up to her or you send her a message and you say something like, hey, I would really like to get to know you better. I'd like to meet you outside of work. I'd like to meet you outside of school. When are you free? Okay, and then you wait for her response. Okay, and if she says that she's free on Saturday, great. You say, great, how about we meet at this restaurant at this time and on Saturday? And that's great. You get a date set up. And if she says anything other than yes, so if she says, oh, I don't really want to date anyone at work, or I'm really busy with my life right now, or I'm not really looking for romance right now, or she just flat out says no, then just leave it be. But at least then you know where you stand. Okay, so bite the bullet and get it over with, basically. Okay, so if you'd like more tips, then I highly recommend that you go and read my book, Attracting the Beautiful Woman of Your Dreams. You can go read this book completely for free on my website. You don't need to log in, don't need to sign up. Just go to www.christineloveridge.com and click on the menu on the website and go to the book. And if you would like to get a physical copy, there's also a link to amazon.com where you can get the physical copy or the Kindle version. But it's not necessary, because everything in the physical copy and in the Kindle version is for free to read on the website. It's just another way that you can support me if you would like to, if you don't want to, pay for coaching or something like that. But this is a great way that you can coach yourself. And of course, you can always just watch the next video or come back to this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.